The laughter echoed across the marble lobby, sharp and careless, the kind that cuts deeper than words ever could. In the bright daytime glare pouring through glass walls, a millionaire dismissed a skinny boy with dusty shoes and a calm face, unaware that within seconds his smile would vanish and his certainty would crack. What began as a joke, a casual humiliation, was about to turn into a moment that would freeze an entire room in silence. If you believe in kindness and second chances, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Kindness World if they believe in kindness, second chances, because stories like this deserve to be heard. The boy's name was Elias Moreno, 16 years old, standing straight despite the weight of hunger pressing into his ribs. He had followed his mother to the building where she cleaned offices under the burning afternoon sun, waiting quietly with a folded notebook under his arm. The notebook held words from different worlds, languages he had learned from library scraps, old newspapers, and a cracked phone someone once threw away. Elias had learned early that survival demanded silence, but dignity demanded courage. When he saw the foreign document on the millionaire's desk, covered in strange symbols and faded ink, something stirred inside him. The offer he made was simple, almost desperate, shaped by a need to help his mother pay overdue rent, and by a confidence earned through long nights of study. Across from him stood Victor Hale, a man polished by wealth and success. His days filled with contracts, power, and control. He saw the boy as a distraction, an amusing interruption in a perfect afternoon. The paper on his desk was an old inheritance document, recently discovered, written in an extinct regional dialect his legal team had failed to decipher. To Victor, the idea that a poor teenager could translate what trained experts could not was absurd. He waved it off with a grin, expecting nothing more than entertainment. But the moment Elias began translating, the air changed. His voice was steady, his eyes focused, moving line by line with care and respect. The words revealed were not just legal phrases but confessions, regrets, and instructions left by a grandfather who had once fled war and betrayal. As meaning replaced mystery, Victor's amusement drained away. The translation exposed a hidden clause, one that redirected the fortune to charity if the heir showed cruelty toward the vulnerable. The room grew still as realization settled in. The document was not just ink and paper, it was a mirror. Elias continued, unaware of the storm forming in Victor's chest. He spoke of compassion written into contracts, of wealth meant to heal rather than dominate. The boy's hands trembled slightly, not from fear but from the weight of truth. He had faced hunger, ridicule, and loss, yet here he was, offering clarity instead of resentment. By the time he finished, the sunlight seemed harsher, exposing everything Victor had ignored about himself. The silence that followed was heavy. Victor felt frozen, not by shock alone but by shame. He saw his younger self reflected in the boy's perseverance, and the laughter from earlier now sounded cruel in his memory. Without ceremony, he honored the offer, placing the money into Elias's hands. But the greater change happened within him. He ordered his staff to fund language scholarships, to support the cleaners who kept his towers shining, and to rewrite policies shaped by arrogance. As Elias walked back into the daylight, the city felt different. The money would help, yes, but the victory was deeper. Knowledge had spoken where power had mocked. If this story touched your heart, please engage with this video, because your support helps spread stories that remind us what humanity still looks like. Special request: comment below and tell us what kindness means to you. In the end, it was never about translation for money but about translating humility into action, and a frozen laugh into a second chance.